See this picture right here? This isn't a Halloween photo shoot. These chicks didn't say, hey, let's all wear our cowboy boots and denim skirt and take a photo of us all wearing the exact same thing. It's because chicks wear the exact same crap. The only difference is, the color they wear is slightly a shade off. That's it. The clothes that a woman wears is basically the only way to tell, without saying a word, what group or clique she belongs to, and also, how aware of her environment she is. Basically, being aware of her environment displays her cognitive capacity to the general public. Check this out. Here's an example of some of these cliques that chicks form. Here's the rich chicks right here. Here are the skater chicks, the preppy chicks, the gothic rockers, the geeks, the jocks, the slow chicks, and the popular chicks. There are dozens and dozens of these groups that females subconsciously form, and there's only one group that all chicks want to be a part of, and that group is the popular chicks. The popular chicks have to maintain that popular chick image, and how do they do that? With clothes, with fashion, with style, with their hairdo. Because chicks in the quote-unquote non-popular groups will try to emulate the fashions of the popular chicks, like a monkey see, monkey do type situation. But don't worry, the popular chicks know that there's gonna be copycats. And how do they combat these copycats? Answer: they change up the style. And that's why fashion is constantly changing. A pair of jeans a chick bought 2 months ago can already be quote-unquote obsolete by this summer, according to a popular chick. These fashion statements are the BS complication that women spend the better part of their life engaging into, spending a shit ton of money on, all in the name of not being perceived by the general public as slow or a dork, or not being able to adapt to an ever-changing fashion environment. I mean, God forbid that. Chicks will pretty much wear the same dang thing out of fear. If one person from their little clique was wearing something of a different style, she would be immediately outcasted. She would be kicked out of the group, and she would be made fun of from there on out. There's a reason why female fashion is always changing. If a slower chick, or a quote-unquote dork chick, who wasn't aware of fashion sense, suddenly caught on to fashion and wore trendy clothes just like all the cool girls, the cool girls would have to switch up their style before the slow chick could fit in. This is why style constantly changes. They have to be one step ahead of all the quote-unquote lame girls. Here's proof that fashion is an ever-changing environment to adapt to for chicks. I mean, check this out right here. Here's a bunch of chicks from the 20s. Here's a bunch of chicks from the 30s. From the 40s. I mean, you notice they're all wearing the same thing. From the 50s. From the 60s. From the 70s. And from the 80s. I mean, look at, they all have the exact same hairstyle. Look at this right here. They basically wear the exact same thing. They're all just wearing slightly different colors of the exact same thing. They are so scared to stand out from their little circle of friends. Like if one of their friends showed up one day in a pirate shirt and a vest and like fishnet pants and she was wearing snow boots, all the chicks would be talking crap about her. They'd be like, oh my god, I think she's lost her mind. What is Rebecca wearing? Oh my god, let's kick her out of our group. Check out some of these ridiculous hats that chicks wore over the years. Some of these are just god-awful. What were these suckers thinking? All it basically takes for a trend like this to take off is one really, really popular chick sporting something on a huge national stage. So basically, if Taylor Swift started wearing top hats all of a sudden, like at the Grammys, all the chicks would think that was a brand new trend, and they would do the exact same thing. They would copycat. You gotta remember this, every chick wants to belong to a little circle of friends. No chick wants to be the outcast. They don't want to be the misfit. They copy each other out of fear. Fear that they'll be eliminated from their little clique of friends if they don't follow the trends or if they steal the spotlight. If the clothes you wore in your little group of friends was too far out there and you were stealing the spotlight, your little group of friends would become jealous. And your little group of friends would get together and they would actually kick you out of the group. But also, if you all of a sudden just gave up buying new clothes and you had this old stuff from 2 years ago, your little group of friends would be like, what is she wearing? Why is she wearing retro stuff? So then they would also get together and they would kick you out of that little group of friends too, because you weren't keeping up with their little fashion statement. That's why if you want to keep everybody happy in your little circle of friends, you just pretty much copy them. You don't want to stand out, and you don't want to not blend in too. Just copy what they're wearing. You know, just switch up the shade a little bit and that's it. But yeah, that's the history of fashion right there. Women copy each other. And they copy each other out of fear. Fear of being kicked out of their little clique of friends. Huh. Crazy, right?